So this is called a sliding Venturi system or a phasotron. Okay? And so Venturi should be a term that you guys maybe have heard, okay, with like air entrainment mask or a Venturi mask. But essentially all it's saying is that it's entraining air, okay, and then it's going to respond right to different changes. So since it can slide, it can sense pressure changes that are happening inside your body. And so let's say my lungs get really hard to open, okay, which means that my pressure is going to build up really fast. Well, since this slides in response to the patient, if your patient's compliance goes down, this will close sooner. So it doesn't really, there's kind of a safety aspect to it as well, that sometimes gets overlooked or not thought about. But the sliding Venturi system is really cool, and it's unique to the IPV system. So I don't know if you'll get questions on that, but sometimes the preceptors ask you things about, these different parts. Only other thing I'll add that I told the other groups, if you guys ever have to write a report, something like that, for someone famous in respiratory, the guy who made this, his name is Forrest Bird. Forrest Bird actually was a pilot. World War II, flew back a German plane, had one of these masks at the pilot over there, and Forrest Bird was like, whoa, like, I understand what that's doing, I think I can make it better. And so he actually stole Germany's idea for this mask and created it. And so he created our first positive pressure mask for pilots, which helps them with altitude and keeping oxygenated. He also created the suit that the pilots wear so they don't black out when they're hitting G-forces. Got accepted and passed, went through medical school without being anything in healthcare. And it's all simply because he was such a good pilot that he understood how flow worked over the plane's wings, right, and how all that jazz works. And so he created devices that deal with flows and pressures in our body. And so he created the first neonatal mechanical ventilator. I think he put the first ventilator on a helicopter. Created these devices. So he just passed away a few years ago too. But if you ever want like a cool story just to look up, a very important person in respiratory, Forrest Bird is a good person to look up. They also kind of phrase this type of flow. Sometimes you'll see it referred to as Viridian flow, and it's because he's the guy that kind of thought about all that and put it in a device. Okay, so that's all I got as far as teaching goes. What you guys need to be prepared for, though, is you need to be able to put together your devices and then coach someone through a treatment. And they're going to test you on MDIs, small volume nebs, DPIs, and then one of these two devices. Okay. So these, you might just have to focus on telling us what they're able to do, why we would use them, things like that. Okay. I don't know if we'll actually. You guys basically figure it out, right? Colors to colors. So that one's almost completely just one piece together. So I would just feel comfortable with these about explaining to them what they're doing. And those, make sure you can coach someone else to do it the right way. Okay. Only other thing I brought this. Have you guys seen this yet?
Mm-hmm.
So what is this?
It's to test your how you can blow out, right?
Okay, so it's a PEP device. Okay, so just like this says PEP, this is PEP.
And at the end of the
This has oscillatory.
throw that one away.
This has oscillatory.
Oh.
Okay, so you can't put a neb in here in line as well, and you can do a neb. But this is a handheld PEP device that kind of combines these two together. Okay, so did you guys blow on it at all?
No.
Still doesn't sound very good, but I'm not blowing it, and you should hear almost clicking.
Okay, yeah, you can hear it.
But it's so essentially what this one does is it's combining these two. So it's PEP therapy, so you're blowing against resistance that you can change to. But the way it's designed is it provides these oscillatory vibrations as well. Okay. So sometimes you'll see these same ideas, but on handheld devices.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I just wanted to show this as what I did. okay?
Would that be a take-home treatment, or is it just easier?
No, so it really depends, because they do make these for home.
Okay,
But I don't know how often they get like prescribed.
yeah,
You might have to, it might take some advocacy on your guys' side to like get someone to take these home.
oh, okay,
But these definitely, I said, they do make them home care where, because other concern, right, why we don't send everything home is because like what if it gets dirty and you run out to clean it, right?
Yeah.
So they do make like, I think dishwasher safe ones and stuff like that. But I just wanted to show this because it's kind of relating to those two, okay? So, if you guys want to practice anything before you actually get tested on it, now's the time to do that. What I told the other groups is kind of make sure you feel comfortable plugging things in and out of the wall. So if you've never plugged in a flow meter, do that please. A lot of you guys going out to clinics also, your first rotations, it's really like, you just have to do the simple stuff. Get good at patient assessment, right, or just keep working on growing there, and then make sure you can plug stuff in, right? You can give a breathing treatment, you're gonna be doing breathing treatments. So make sure you just feel comfortable with this here in lab, so when you go out to clinicals, right, you're kind of shining and doing well, okay? Let me know if you guys have any questions though, okay? But play with these, coach each other, however you want to do it, okay? But get your hands a little dirty. And then you guys have 3-day weekend.
so there's that.
So, I know this is a jet.
Extra day.
Yeah, I know, I know.
That's a hard one.
So no holiday for us at all.
These three are the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This one's a large volume, right?
yeah.
This one, I forget what this one is. Base? What is that? I don't know. What is this one? Also a heart?
Oh,
Where does it
maybe,
say?
no, that's a heart. Which one was it? Because we even need to know these ones, right?
Those
Yeah.
are the, this is the brake
Oops, sorry.
actuated, isn't it the actuated?
This one's DPI.
Mm-hmm.
This one is.
Cannot breathe out.
The,
I have to do it this way, straight.
A fast inhale.
the big ones, yeah.
These three.
Do you remember this one? What was the spacer? Spacer?
So.
Well, they have
that's
this
actually a
one.
question I had earlier. Was that a spacer or a valve holder?
Valve holding chamber? Because it has a valve on top, yeah.
It's actually just a spacer.
Oh, it is? But it has the valve? No?
So that's actually an MDI. You put the meter dose inhaler, the metal part, you put that part right there. And then you push it down and it makes the MDI.
Okay. Okay.
Space.
Oh, that's the one that you take the canister.
Yeah, just
the canister by itself without the boot.
Yep.
And then you.
Yeah, and so where I've used
That one's the
one,
large
so I have
volume.
seen it in line with the
Nebulizer. So like the
So you
hour-long
just put it
treatment
when
ones.
you sit there, And sometimes it just gets left there. And so anytime you have a treatment, you just bring your little metal MDI thing and you just push it in there and get your treatment. Other times, like we used to have our policy for our trach-dependent patients where we would have to actually bag our treatments in. So we would basically have the trach adapter to the trach, have our have our MDI right there, and then we'd have our bag on the other side. And so we would
Okay.
have to push it and then start bagging the treatment into the patient. So that's the two places I've seen that one. But yeah, since there's no actual one-way valve, right, we wouldn't call that a valve holding treatment.
Okay.
And that's real deep, okay? Like usually if you go to clinicals, you're just gonna get